Hello everyone and welcome back to Wolfie Plays Escape from Tarkov. We're on episode 3 of this wipe so far. We've got a lot happening in this episode, so for starters we've got this scav run where we left off from last time. I'm just basically picking up some extra loot. We found all these dead bodies and you'll see me scrap up some AKs out of what they've got here. And then we've got a bunch of loot that comes from end of this raid, just from the bunker alone, that helps us progress, one being an all location, so if you get to find that for your lavatory upgrade in the hideout, you can see where I found mine. There's a few other locations besides that I can tell you now, which is mainly technical crates, and most workbenches by the looks of it have them around or on them. I find mine here in the workbench in the bunker. It's literally in the lockers to the side, so if you want to go and pick one of them up. We also found in the back room in the jackets a really useful key for an upcoming quest, which is the Tarkov Director's Office key for customs. We'll need that for a few quests and it's some good loot, and you'll see me also nab this sugar because that's good to have early on for when the prices start spiking for that later on in the wipe. I've been collecting quite a few of them. Next up is the MOSIN and how absolutely ridiculously awful it's been nerfed into the ground. If you're using LPS with it now, it just seems to take forever to kill people, and I have enough evidence here to back it up to why it's absolutely shocking. So, 3 shots on this timber. The first being pretty much to his head, could have hit his shoulder or his arm. Yeah, fair enough. The second one, I definitely miss. And then the third one, I hit him dead in the chest and it kills him off. That's fair enough. Not too sus for that one. 2 shots from a MOSIN nowadays, you know. It's not too bad. This one is where it starts freaking me out a little bit. That's dead on his face. It does this weird 360 spin thing. I'm thinking he's dead. Nope, he's still alive. So that kind of shit me up a little bit. I did a bit of a run round because he went down into the spots where you can't see him from up here. And still, after shooting him once already, 2 more shots to the chest to take him down with LPS. And he's only wearing a cuirass, so that's not normal. Then again here, shots at distance, you can barely see the target. I'm actually scoped in out. I can barely see him with this scope, but he's to the side of the wood pile. I shoot maybe 3 shots at him and I definitely hit him at least once, because there's only a number of targets in this entire raid I actually shoot at with this weapon, and at the end of the raid I've got 18 shots, 11 hits, 580 something damage and about 82 armour, which is totaling about 57 damage per shot, and I don't kill hardly anyone. I get 2 kills this entire raid, and in the end, it's a scav that takes me down because I'm pretty sure I hit him once, and because of how the AI is, where it doesn't actually register that their limbs are blacked or anything, it just fucks me up. And I'm behind the tree when he kills me off as well, which is kind of depressing, but you're going to see it here now. Like, I don't know what they've done to the MOSIN, but this wipe, I would definitely avoid it. I've heard so many people using it, firing off shot after shot after shot, and now I totally understand why. This gun is definitely not worth using at all. The ergonomics is also something to really put across why it's also not worth using at this point. Until you get your strength and endurance high and you can actually handle the wobble of the gun. So after that depressing run, I went into a scav, and after running around, I heard loads of people shooting from all off angles outside of the sawmill in to try and kill Sturman, and I didn't really have anything of value, so I was just being ballsy about it and don't really give a fuck about scav rep, so I just blasted his face away with a shotgun. It was a pretty easy kill, almost in and out. There were a scav guard just out the door to my left, which you'll see in a second, and he did a really weird pathing. Like, he shot me there, he backed off, he went round back at huts. I looted up all of Sturman, which he only has the key, the AK, which you'll see come back into play a bit later on in this video because we take it out for a few raids and do really well with it. His SVD, and then he had nothing really of value in his bag and no red rebels, so not exciting. But then the guard, he went up on the hill. He was trying to shoot my feet after I looted. I couldn't be dealing with that, so I moved. I went round the corner and tried to push him. Scared myself to death on the change of colour from green to like a weird bluish colour on the thing and thought it was his guard. Lit it up, nah, just a bin. Then realised that he'd gone up the hill from his taunt, so I just backed off, snaked up towards the log pile and completely bolted because I'd seen the guard move quite a distance off up the hill. Nothing much happened after that. I just went to USEC camp, looted up all the cyclones and everything else that you see on me. Got a free morphine from the convoy on the tabs, like with the bodies. I took one of the AKs that we'd got from the first scav run, put on the EOTech Hollow 1x3x, and totally bungled it on this Timmy. It was so bad, like, wasted 3 full mags, and because of the low visibility, my shoddy aim, and some fucking sheer luck for this guy, I just couldn't kill him. Like, I feel like if I'd have stayed scoped in there, I could have just pinged him in the face. But no, for some reason I kept it on 1x and made it 10 times harder for myself. And then he was just moving slowly to left on my screen there, and I couldn't actually shoot him. You can see him through grass a little bit. It's pretty difficult to see, but I stood up as well. Another stupid mistake. I should have just stayed laid down. My aim would have been a lot better. The recoil had kicked back up into his body when I started shooting his feet. But no, never happened, did it? He got me, and we went into the next one with a PSO AK. Dinged this guy, maybe hit him in chest with a drop, I'm not quite sure, but we hit him once. If you look just where my barrel of the gun is, there is actually another guy below me. Didn't even see him when I were actually playing, so that's kind of mental. And it looked like he was trying to get an angle on me, but I dropped down here, and when I moved just around this corner, I heard the box below me, and it was just this little timber with a shotgun. I'm assuming this all may have been a free man, and I shot the first guy, making the second guy look up, and I've dropped down too fast for all of them to convey to this guy that I was here, and he just got dinked looting the box. But either way, I came back down after looting Scav Bunker and the sniper, and it'd been looted, so I'm guessing the guy that was close by just yanked his stuff and ran off, dropped it somewhere. I wasn't really too fucked. I ran to USEC camp to try and finally do search mission, which we did do. I went across the hills to the cache on the opposite side of the Scav Bunker, looted Scav Bunker, came back down this way, checked for Saluas and morphine, there wasn't out there, and then we ran basically all the way to the checkpoint down the side of the ZB and round the back to outskirts. When I got literally to the edge of the map with less than 2 minutes left, I looked back and there's a PMC literally hauling ass in the same direction, only he was like coming straight out in the open. And the only reason I don't kill him is because of this weird movement that he does here in a second when I shoot him. Watch. Like that weird 180 turn on the spot, but he moves slightly backwards and sideways at the same time. That totally made me miss the headshot and he just vanished into the trees. So I did what any other normal person would do and try and bar him from the extract. So I launched my nade over to try and slow him down, maybe kill him, and I was just holding. I held for as long as I could possibly hold without making it so that I'd miss the extract too if he happened to push me at the last second. And when it gets to the last few seconds of it anyway, I fire a few shots off, potentially hoping that he'd think that I'd seen him when he's just started a Hail Mary run at the last couple of seconds. So who knows if this guy got out. If he did, then good on him, but I was just trying to secure my own loot, to be honest. I wanted this quest over and done with so we could get on with something else. Once we handed in them quests though, and secured that victory, we found something quite amazing actually. We also got this elimination quest done and out of the way. Nothing fancy, just 1000 XP, but this is what I wanted to show everybody. Ronin helmets. If you've seen these and passed them off, you shouldn't be, because if you go to Ragman, they're currently 100k. So don't sleep on these at all. They are easy money, and they might not be the best to use, but for 100k worth of profit, why not? They're for slime. In the next raid, we come across 2 Timbos that were like playing whack-a-mole, I seen the first one in the distance and started lighting him up. Little did I know there was one literally at the side of me around this rock. And I managed to take the first one out by shooting him in his hand and chest. You might have seen the other guy's head peek above the right hand side there. I did not see him until I walked out here, and it scared the life out of me, and I was just like, oh no, and he just got that single tap to my face. Good on that guy. Next up, the Sturman AK got brought back out. I told you it would, because it's a decent gun to have to start off with. The recoil's not so bad, and the scope that he gets pretty decent too. I slapped a red dot on there just to make it a bit better. We basically take down 2 guys in the space of a minute. I spawned on UN roadblock, ran down the road through the field pretty much into the little dip. I always take these like concrete blocks and run and jump in just for the element of surprise. If anyone's stood round corners here or in containers, you can just rush into them very quickly. As I were just waiting around for sound, I did actually hear a guy moving towards me. He didn't see me, and that's probably because the brightness right now is being turned up in the video. It was really dark and extremely black and white with like 0 colour. I took him down on the first shot with a single shot to the head. As I pushed towards him, I heard another guy scuffling up on the outside. I didn't realise how much of a distance down it was going to be. I thought it was going to be level, but then I realised it was going to be a lot lower because of where the ground was going into, but it was a pretty easy kill as well. Running back over after the reload, found the 3rd salute for my quest and definitely wanted to be out of here after looting. But some scavs turned up. We took down the first one after a bit of a poor aim from the first couple of shots, but he just stood behind this white box and allowed me to sort of flank around. I did just spray him though because I wasn't really bothered about the ammo. I repacked the mag inside here, and literally as soon as I'd done, this other scav turned up out of nowhere. You can see his head just peeking over the top of the white, and I just used my red dot to just ping him without having to walk around again. We got onto looting 2 kills eventually. The vodka and Lupo's beans and everything that you see in my rig, and the headset is from the first guy. No, the headset's from the second guy, but everything else is from the first guy. And then obviously you can see what I'm grabbing off the second. But from here we ran straight to Scav Mountain, looted up like a couple of the technical crates and caches on the way down, and then went straight to the car racetrack to regain some of the reputation I'd lost before with killing Sturman for this loot in the first place. But all in all, pretty decent. And the last clip of the video is me from the past meeting a friendly scav, and he gives me a TOS for the quest for Skeeter, so I can continue on some more quests in the next video. And until then, I'll see you next time. Hello, my friend. Oh, mate, do you need that TOS? My guy, do you need that TOS? Hello, my friend. I'll trade guns with you. I need that TOS for the quest. Trade guns? Yes? My friend? Oh, legend. My friend. Yeah. Mags. Dude, mags. Just in case, you know. Thanks, my guy. I can finish my quest now. You are a legend, my sir.